So let's go through our guys and decide most fun team for them to go to. Let's start with Jabari. I'll give you the following 4 choices: Houston, Orlando, Detroit, OKC, and you can even throw an Indy and Sacramento if you want. Where do you want Jabari to go?
I wonder if Orlando trades out if they end up with the number 1 pick because they just don't have room.
Because of what a juggernaut they are?
Because of all the talent they have now. Like, do we want to bring in another number 1 like Chet or Jabari or Paolo and mess up what we have? I'm telling you, I think I like Orlando. I like watching them.
You're preaching to the choir.
Right. So, yeah, we don't need... I'm actually not making fun of Orlando, even though it sounds like I'm making fun of Orlando.
Listen, they're playing both Wagners and it's working.
I want Cade to have somebody he can trust.
So who's that?
Detroit. I would say Jabari.
Interesting. Because I had... Yeah, that would be a good fit because they have some size.
And it's just, it's weird. There's always, I talk about this far too much, but the balance of having a lot of scoring options and a lot of scoring options fucking up your balance. How do you play that note perfectly where it's like we have a lot of guys that can create that Raptors thing from 19, like, hey, we get a lot of guys that are comfortable with the ball in their hands, but it doesn't mean that now people feel left out and aren't committed to defending and all the other kind of stuff. Although really, I buried the headline. The best fit is Chet and OKC, and Poku's like, all right, I'll take him under my wing. I got this.
We're going to talk about Chet in a second. On your Jabari Detroit thing?
Yeah.
He's super competitive, and so is Cade. And that would be one of those situations where it's like, all right, you have those 2 guys, you have Sadiq Bey, you have Stewart, who I think really gives a shit.
He's a backup, though.
I'm just like, you're just adding... putting together a roster of like guys who give a shit. Like you're on your way to having identity.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How about Sadiq dropping 50? Because he hadn't been as good this year, and I still like him. Whatever. Maybe he's having a bad year compared to his.
Does it feel it's 50 too easy now? I feel like at the days when like Eddie House had 50, it was like the most surprising thing that happened to me in the entire year. And now it's like Sadiq Bey is 51. I'm just
wait. So you're suggesting your entire year was just like, remember that year Eddie House had 50?
Yeah, that's where it starts. I didn't have a lot going on that year. I have Chet to OKC as well. I think that's perfect for him. I don't love the thought of him in Detroit for some reason.
Just Darko vibes.
Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
No, it does make sense though. I just don't.
I said it out loud being dumb. Like, there's no way that because Darko sucked 20 years ago.
I don't like that aspect of it.
That's ridiculous. Right, but I don't like ridiculous.
I want Chet to go to a team where he has no shadow of any sort of bust hanging over him. He goes to OKC, he's fine. He's got 2 guards. He's got Giddey and he's got SGA. And I think he would play really well with those guys. He's really good at the little handoff stuff. The thing when we were talking about Chet before, the thing that I really like about him is how because he's so fucking tall and he's hunched over a lot. And then when he kind of unhunches,
yeah.
When he unhunches, all of a sudden he's like Bill Walton sometimes at the high post. It just seems like he could throw any entry pass he wants. And I like the thought of those 3 guys together. I would enjoy.
I love Giddey throwing lobs at Chet because Giddey has that thing where he makes you think he's done with the play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He does. He's awesome at this shit. Like, and a lot of the guards, this whole high screen and that lob and trying to get the big who's in drop coverage to showing and retreating. Gobert does it perfectly. He did it the other night against Milwaukee. It was like masterclass. But Giddey will do stuff, and the best guards do that, where they keep you baited, and having an option like Chet, who has great hands, has great feet. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't somebody who's just this freak show that's running around. I don't love his gait, as I said, because of the back, his shoulders and stuff. But he's not like running around where you see these guys and you're just like, where's the coordination? He's super coordinated, despite it just doesn't look all that great all the time. I think your Chet to Detroit thing's hilarious and likely wrong. But anyway, I just needed to get that off my chest.
I don't like it.
All right.
Fundamentally, I don't like it.
Noted.
I tweeted yesterday that I like that Chet is a sneaky busy guy, which I want Jay Billis to borrow that when he does the draft telecast. Sneaky busy is an adjective. The guys who are just kind of just sneaking around. They're like burglars. They're just kind of up to stuff. I like that he doesn't stand in a spot. He's just kind of doing things.
So on
which
the report,
for a big guy is rare.
If you were still doing the draft for ESPN on the graphic, it's sneaky busy, or it would say the opposite of Tobias Harris. Although Harris has been playing really well lately. I just to throw it out there, I think his last week plus he's been putting up big numbers. But
all right, so our dream scenario is Detroit wins the lottery again and they take Jabari Smith. OKC is second with Chet Holmgren. Where do we want Paolo to go? Don't say Houston. Him just trading possessions with Jalen Green kind of worries me.
Look, I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't want anyone that I like to go to Houston.
Yeah, I'm with you. Is that a bad thing to say?
No.
I don't like the culture there at all.
No, and it's not even on the coach. It's not Jalen. I just the Christian Wood, Kevin Porter Jr. dynamic.
Yeah, those guys have to go.
So if they were gone, then Paolo, Jalen Green, Sengun, a little Usman in there.
I have for Paolo, I have Indy. I have Indy moving up into the top 3 and striking oil with Paolo. And then he gets to play with Halliburton and Brogdon. I like that fit.
Yeah, because I think people are going to think it's just me being anti-Houston again. It isn't. It's just I don't like young guys that are in situations where it's just older guys that don't want them there or don't want them to shoot.
Well, we like Jalen Green and we like Sengun and we like Gordon. I'm not a Porter guy and I'm not a Wood guy.
There you go. Well said. I would like the Celtics to trade up for Mathurin. This kid from Arizona he's just stones, man. Stones. I don't know how we're in overtime right now as we're taping this, but he carries himself exactly the way you want every wing scorer to carry himself.
I have my Orlando selection. I think that's the right Ivy place. I think that's actually the perfect team for him to go to. And then Cole and Suggs and one of those guys becomes the third guard, which is probably the destiny for one of them. They're going to have to just do rock, paper, scissors. But they need like that, the 2 guard who can do some stuff and be athletic and create some shots and have some high upside. That would be my dream for that team. Because I wouldn't mess with the front court because it's basically they put together the 86 Celtics.
You want
Bird,
to keep
Mikal Parrish, Wagner, Bamba, Carter. It's very similar.
When Isaac gets back.
Isaac back from his 5-year hiatus. But yeah, I would have Ivy going to Orlando. That would be good. And then
because by the way, I like RJ Hampton. I like him. I'm not.
They kind of stole him, right? What trade was he in? They got him for like nothing.
Yeah, it was in the Denver deal.
I like RJ Hampton too.
I think he's a bench guy. I think Cole is probably on a good team. Go ahead.
You know what I liked RJ Hampton? That game when Kyrie was going off, the 60-point game. And RJ Hampton was kind of like, I got this, guys. Let me have him. And he tried to guard Kyrie for multiple possessions, but like really felt like he could stop him. I enjoyed it.